Welcome back to yet another episode with Muslim Koser. So, bhai, welcome for the second attempt of driving so far and joining us at the studio. It's a far one for you.
You have
but
to pay for petrol. You have to pay for petrol.
you moved on to diesel, right?
No, I'm still on the. I love petrol.
You're still on petrol. Okay, so in last time when we caught up, we discussed a lot about who you are and what's your personal life and stuff. Today, what we'll do is we will actually record two different sessions. One of more from B2B perspective, enterprises, and one shorter video from his core area or domain of expertise, which people love to hear a lot, called as Darknet. Although that's not the area of expertise that we see internally in the industry, but people feel Darknet is something that we will have one round of discussion around Darknet. So let's start with the Darknet first. So
the buzzword first.
The buzzword first. The second video we will release after some time, which will be more of the cyber threat intelligence and how does it work. What the hell is this Darknet?
It's a myth.
Okay.
So thing is that a lot of time people get very fascinated with the word Darknet. The reason is just because there is a word dark in that.
Yeah.
So because of that, people get, hey, what the hell is Darknet?
This is something deep, dark, shady thing.
So although it is,
Yeah.
I don't deny that fact. It is, but it is not such big of a deal where you would see it as a you keep talking about any threats go to the darknet. Any threat go to the darknet. No, it is not like that. Darknet is just a place where, or just a network which you cannot access from your normal web browser. You need some other tool like Tor or something, which will take you over there. But the content that is not necessarily always has to be that you reach on darknet and you are a bad guy, or you are going to get attacked, or you're going to get compromised.
So
not like that.
That's one of the very common thing which had. Oh no! I've heard about Darknet, but I will not go to Darknet because the moment I will reach Darknet, people will attack me. It's like dark alleys of big city. The moment I enter it, people will be standing with chains and rods, and they will kill me out there.
People will kill you more if you visit porn sites more rather than you visit Darknet. So
Darknet is safer than the porn website.
Darknet by itself, visiting Darknet does not mean people are going to there to attack
Right.
you, right? You're not entering into a den of a dawn where moment you open the door and Amitabh Bachchan is going over, then people are hitting you like that. So it is based upon your actions, right? Once you visit that, if your actions are such where you would be attacked, you would be attacked.
So let's discuss what you can do. So the methodology is fine. People get to know from various YouTube videos and online articles how do you access Darknet. But yeah, the easiest way or the most common Darknet is that Tor network.
Yeah.
By the way, there are other Darknets as well which we have dealt in our career. But for people, Tor is the main Darknet. You install a Tor browser, you connect, and you go to Dark. What do you face there?
It is just like your normal internet. What do you do on your normal internet? You go and visit sites, a website which you would like to visit. Right. So Darknet is just it gets you connected to a network which has a more different kind of content. So it is you who decides where I'm going to visit. Nobody comes to you directly and nobody comes and attacks you. Actually, it is more safer than your normal internet.
Yeah, from the privacy point of view and other stuff,
right.
Browsing via Darknet is more safer.
Right.
Yeah,
so nobody cares who you are.
Right.
Nobody cares when your machine comes online and people attack you.
It doesn't work that way.
Yes, it doesn't work that way. It's you who decides what you would like to visit. Now, what is available over there? That is a question which you can definitely ask. So there are different kind of content which is available. There are good content, there are bad content, there are bad content in terms of.
When you say good content and Darknet, people say, "Aisa thodi hota hai. There is no good content on Darknet." So what kind of good content is available on Darknet?
See, it is again a perspective. People, there are things which are not available in open, or there are some things which are not easily available, or things which would be censored. Right? There is possible that some countries might censor some kind of documents. Those documents you might find over there. So those kind of things are there. If you would like to read, if you know where to go and visit and identify, go ahead and do that.
But on the good part, I would like to add one part. People should know that they can access Facebook on the Darknet because there's a Darknet route of Facebook. They can access mail servers via Darknet.
Yes.
Go there, get your same mail, same stuff, but you access it via the dark route, which is not nothing bad in that.
It all depends. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you would like to be anonymous, then definitely use that route and utilize that fact.
Or if you don't want the ads to come up after you visit a travel website and then search for a flight and those ads keep coming in, if you don't want to do that, darknet could be an option, but
I would not suggest, but definitely
on a privacy friendly way, that
yes,
is. Yeah.
yes.
So
You if you're tech savvy enough, do that. But if you're not good tech savvy, don't use darknet to avoid ads. Is what I would say.
there are better ways of
Better
avoiding
way,
ads. Okay, what bad content which people know and which people may not know?
See, bad contents again has various categories. It depends upon what you're looking at. People look for drugs. So those kind of sites are there who are selling these drugs. Counterfeit goods are being sold over there in terms of medicines or tablets or all those kind of things. And there is a market. There is a whole marketplace. Like we have Amazon in our where you go to Flipkart and Amazon and buy stuff. There are marketplace on Darknet where you can buy the counterfeit things. You can buy drugs, you can buy arms, you can buy all these things. And apart from that, there is a area where definitely you can visit porn sites. You can identify and visit. There are a lot of pedophile activities which happens there, because this is a crime which normally needs a lot of surveillance from most of the
Law
countries.
enforcement
Law enforcement
agencies.
countries
Yeah.
try to look for these pedophile. They find it
The
much
child
easier,
sex abuse material is
much easier
available there.
because
Yeah.
they're not traceable easy enough. So that those kind of things, activities over there. And apart from that, the thing which we keep monitoring all the time is the cybercrime. Majority of cybercrime activity happens over darknet. There are specific channels, there are specific areas, forums where you can visit, and these actors are buying, selling, offering their services. All those things are typically available on darknet. So those things you can see that.
So it's not like there are bullets flying from both the side
No
and you walk
bullets.
into the dark web, you may get hit by one bullet. It's like
Nothing.
just
No.
another set of websites accessed in a different way. And like if you want to buy books, you go to one type of website. You want to buy household item, you go to different website. Here you
Same.
have similarly,
Yes.
you go to different places and access those content.
So you are not bad if you visit on darknet unless until you do something bad over there.
Okay, so that reminds me of this case. And so point is, interestingly, why is it such a noise? And even in the security community, the monitoring setups and the controls, they say, oh, this person is accessing a tor exit node, or this person, because he's accessing tor exit node, that means he's accessing darknet and something wrong may happen.
Oh, that is the case we were discussing just before that, right? So it's a perception thing. It's people. I would say that people, just the way, okay, you started Tor means you're doing something wrong. No, I can use Tor browser for my privacy as well. I can use Tor browser for anything, and I can use Tor browser to visit a normal clearnet site. I don't need not to visit the darknet site. I need not to visit an onion site using Tor browser. I can visit.
I can
to
just go .com, .net, .org
normal, yeah.
of the
So I
world
can do
can be
that.
accessed, right?
So using Tor browser and using that thing does not make me a criminal. Criminal. So thing is that if I keep a knife in my pocket, it does not make me a criminal unless until I use that knife to do a crime. Unless until a crime is done, then
Yeah, but the perception is, oh, if this guy is walking around with a gun or walking with a very sharp big knife, the possibility of tending towards a crime could be higher, so it's better to be safe. So maybe the corporates are trying to
with
protect
with
themselves with
with
that.
that kind of argument, half of the US is criminal, right? Because the carrying gun is legal over there. People carry gun very commonly.
Right.
So they are all criminals in that. No, I
No,
don't
it
think
doesn't
so.
work.
Yeah.
So the case which we're discussing, maybe we'll put the link somewhere on one of the previous video. We discussed this company where employee clicked the Tor browser and got flagged, and the business is on the verge of closing down just because of that. But these kind of threat, people, because the defender has to set up some rule, so he has created a pool that, okay, all the Tor exit node will be monitored. If you access it, that means you're trying to do something, may or may not be malicious by this person, but the moment you're going in that direction, it could be something wrong. So we have to be safe
See
from the defender perspective.
as a defender perspective, I would definitely agree with the fact that if I am looking at security of my organization, if somebody is using a Tor browser, then I would ask questions. definitely I would ask questions, because number one, I cannot monitor that connection. I
Correct.
cannot monitor what the person is doing over that specific connection.
That's why the darknet is the dark one.
Yeah,
Because it cannot be
so
monitored.
I cannot see what activity is being performed. So that actually goes off my blocks. That machine is exposed on the internet and bypassing all my security controls.
Right.
So definitely, as a
I'll be worried.
security professional, I will be worried. I will not allow that kind of a thing within my network, because I'm responsible for security of my organization. But just the reason of just visiting or opening a Tor browser is a crime. I would not say it is a
Right.
crime,
Right.
but it is definitely breach of policies, security policies of an organization. So whatever action you would like to take for a breach of a policy
you can
violation,
take
you
that.
take
Yeah,
that
you can
action,
take that.
and then ensure that these kind of things does not, or you enforce things in a manner that people are not able to install
Install Tor
Tor.
browser on the machine on the first place
So
itself. Yeah.
implement those kind of controls from your side, or there are lists of Tor exit nodes available.
There are
You implement those things so that the connection is not happening
not
from
even
outside.
allowing that connection.
So those kind of things you can take. But
So we spoke about the whole solution part of it as well in the video, so people can have a look there. But if we come back to the darknet and the fun part of the darknet, oh, this is such a glorious thing. Why is everybody going ahead in market and scaring the world that, oh, your data will get leaked on darknet? I saw something on darknet. Darknet is this, darknet is that. Is being oversold by the security industry as well.
it is, because unless until you scare people, business does not come. Right? So that is the way a lot of company does that.
Good or
Uh,
bad, but cybersecurity industry has a lot of.
that is how because unless until you scare for getting business in cybersecurity, or for getting investment, you have to tell that you are at risk. Now, what is the easiest way to tell? Show them something. One thing is that you attack them, and then their network log catches something and all those things, and they review and analyze.
The typical of
Nobody
bug
knows.
bounties
Nobody
and
knows what kind of
VAPTs.
outcome it will happen.
Right.
Now, darknet is the easiest. One post comes on the darknet where your name is mentioned. Everybody from top to bottom is frightened by that.
Let's take the recent case, right? The whole Airtel data breach which happened. We still don't have a very clear picture, but Airtel said that it is not the current data, it is something old. But there was a post in the darknet that, okay, I have Airtel data, so much of data leaked out, and so suddenly the noise becomes a favorite for media too.
So it happens a bad PR, right? Definitely. So first of all, you have to identify what is posted, how authentic is that. So the idea is that in our field, when we do that, we have look at number of parameters. Based upon those number of parameters, we identify that how authentic this post might be, or whether the companies whose name is mentioned needs to be worried or not, based upon who is the actor who is posting it, what is the reputation of that actor.
We have seen such kind of cases in the whole darknet thing, but any one example which you can give that, okay, this company was so-called hacked but not. I remember Europcar was data is breached, but when investigators looked at the data, it was clearly fabricated data using generative AI, and a lot of content was dumped in and showcased. That's what the investigation report said.
There are many such cases day in day out. We see that all the time. Now, a lot of time, what happens is these attackers, they also don't know which company they have targeted. They just target based upon their scanning. Some IP address comes, it has a vulnerability which they were scanning for. They scan for that, and then they get into access. And that access, they identify Excel file, and Excel file they find some name. So that's how they, a lot of time, they name, okay, this company is compromised.
Breached. Yeah.
This company is breached. Now, there is no way you can verify whether that Excel file is of a vendor of the name of the company which you are talking about, or it is their own company, or this file is downloaded by somebody else. That machine. So it's very difficult unless until you have a substantial evidence. Maybe a lot of smart actors, when they connect to the network, they do a network map. They identify the domain names, internal domain names, identify the name of domain controller. They do a kind of a DC enumeration, all those things. So they identify those things, and then they show those screenshots. Then you are able to identify, okay,
or the person has actually broken into.
He actually has that access.
Has access
with just a sample Excel sheet data or something like that.
It could be fake.
Could be fake, could not be fake, but you have to make your own judgment. To don't jump onto conclusions.
Right. You touched upon a word, and then that gave me an idea. Let's touch upon few keywords which people do not know. So we have spent time, so we know how it goes. But threat actor. What is a threat actor?
Threat actor is anybody who is adding a kind of a cyber threat to your organization. So today, so it's another
So
word
someone who
another
poses.
word of an attacker. But threat actor is something which is, looks nice. A lot of people use that word into this thing. So
But hacker looks even better, right? At least for the media, the hacker looks even
no,
better.
hacker normally has always has got kind of a, it's a very commonized word. So hacker is also a script kiddie who is running some scripts. Hacker is also a guy who is running a DDoS attack for a hacktivism kind of a thing. So that
But
is,
the
it's a
moment you
very
say threat actor, it becomes a little
cybercrime, more cybercrime specific
right.
is what it comes towards that.
Okay. And when they interact with each other on a Darknet forum, it's like Facebook group kind of stuff or some places where they come together and talk. What is generally traded between them?
So it's a barter system,
Okay.
right? So in earlier days, I have this, you have that. I want this, I can give you. Or if you can trade something, you can trade. Otherwise, it is paid in cryptocurrencies. So because using this cybercrime, what do I earn? I don't earn direct dollar cash. I also earn in cryptocurrency. So I have those cryptocurrencies available. You can I can buy this stuff, pay you that amount, and you can cash out whenever you
So
want.
now there is a currency as well.
There is a
But the Darknet existed even before we had cryptocurrencies, so to say, in the industry. So what was the mode of transaction at that point of time?
There have been different times, different kind of things used to happen at that point of time. Earlier, they used to sell cards, gift cards. So I'll give you Amazon gift cards.
Okay.
So they buy the Amazon gift cards and give it to you, or some these kind
But
of gift
that's
cards.
still active, right? A lot of cybercrime happens that okay, to do this, go ahead, buy a Amazon gift card, scratch the number, and give it me the number, and then I'll.
Very
It
rarely,
is
very
globally
rarely.
it's pretty active. In India, we don't use those kind of cards.
It happens, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
People prefer cryptocurrency because it's very
Quick and easy.
and I can see the result immediately.
So when we hear things like ransomware as a service or cybercrime as a service, can you give a quick picture of how does it actually work and how does it look on dark web, and should people be worried, or what kind of precautions they should be taking in? And we are talking about individual people, consumers, and that level.
There are multiple levels of these cyber criminals which are around. There are people who would do basic stuff, and there are people who will do advanced stuff.
Right.
These two teams are different. Basic stuff, their requirement is also basic.
So what is basic
So
stuff?
basic stuff is these for these people. I don't know. There's a very common word, again a terminology, IAB, initial access brokers.
Okay.
Is from the terminology which is very commonly used in our field. Is that so somebody who gets you a initial access to a network,
Right.
or a PC, or a computer. So there is what the initial access broker is there. So I can get a password of an VPN,
Okay.
so that
Or maybe username password combinations which can help me get
can help
into
me get to the first
RDP.
machine. RDP, yes.
RDPs could be.
RDP, VPN, or any one database server. You see a MySQL open. I'll give you access to the MySQL, and that database server.
Oh, even that way, database.
Yeah, all
access.
those kind of things. So these are all initial access which goes as a first point of contact.
Right.
And these access are sold for relatively on a cheaper price. So these access are sold for like $100, $200, $250
Per
This-
access.
per access.
Per access.
Per access. People will sell these things, and these brokers are not worried about which company they have compromised.
Okay.
They do a scan, mass scan. They identify wherever the vulnerability
So
is.
look at like a street vendor sitting at the corner of the street having bunch of username and password and combination. Pay me money, RDP, $100 each, $100 each.
Yeah,
Database,
so they scan first.
$200, $200 each.
They scan first, they compromise, and then they see kiska kiya hai bhai, who are the compromised organization. Based upon that, they set up the price. Okay, if you want this company who is a bigger global company, $500. If it's a chotu motu company, it is $100. Like
Okay.
that, they price it and then sell it off. So they make their money with that thing.
Smaller
Now
disc.
these access which are being sold, they are with these access you cannot install ransomware.
Right.
Ransomware infection does not happen, but these are the entry point.
Entry points to the network.
So
right.
what happens is now these things can be bought by another individual actor. For example, if I am looking to target one specific company, I will buy that access from you, or a threat actor, not from you, from a threat actor, and then I will attack that organization and go inside. Similarly, a bigger ransomware group who would need these kind of points, and the bigger ransomware groups also does not care about which
Who are they
company,
infecting?
who are they infecting. So they will buy. For them, buying $100, $200 is nothing.
It's not a big deal.
Is not a big deal.
Yeah.
They will buy. They have their set of tools which allows them to do a kind of a
Automate these attacks.
automate these attacks and then do a lateral movement. A lateral movement again is the thing where once you are inside the net in one machine,
From
how
there,
you
how
go
can
from
you-
there to a different machine. So then that going to do a lateral movement and everything is the responsibility of the ransomware operator.
Okay.
These guys will do it, and once they have enough footprint in the network over a period of time, then they will infect the.
The start encrypting of the.
They will not encrypt the machines immediately. They will do it over a period of time. They will be in the network for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, sitting and trying to get more and more. And then once they are ready, they will.
So that the impact could be bigger. So in that case, if the company get to know early on that okay, this has already come in, so they can protect it themselves there.
They can.
So these kind of people do work together because of. Is it like any other business that okay, I don't have enough team to work on the initial access, let that be get outsourced, we'll take it from somewhere, but my team skill is in this area, let me have some other skill set people, contract with them and then work with them.
It doesn't work that way, that I don't work on initial access, that somebody else do that, and then so you have to look at the holistic picture. That for my job, so you have to look at two things: my ensuring all my assets are secure, for which you would install your EDRs and your antiviruses and your perimeter security and everything. So you will do whatever is needed on that side. But on other hand, you would also need an outside-in approach where please see from outside what is visible. So today the attack surface management is a big thing, because that's what the attacker will also look at. If I get a look of my company, what attacker is looking at, I can go and protect that as well. So I need to have that kind of look.
Is that the reason the good people go on to Darknet and then identify what's happening, where I can get more data and know about myself, know about issues on my web company, and then protect myself, right?
That's one of the use cases, definitely.
So unless you are looking for guns, drugs, child porn material and stuff, a regular user doesn't need to go to Darknet.
Not required.
What other myth have you heard about Darknet which would end this particular set one of the video?
So we have already discussed, I think, most of things, that Darknet is having my stuff is on Darknet, or whether my data is on Darknet or not. Companies are worried about it, and then they want to have a look at that. A lot of time I have seen the interesting thing is that if they don't find anything about themselves on Darknet, they get relaxed. मेरा तो कुछ नहीं है, I don't have my thing. So that is another thing, is that
that's a fake sense of satisfaction.
Of course, that is a fake sense, because your stuff is not there today. It does not mean your stuff will not going to be there tomorrow. So the effective monitoring is something which is important.
Okay. So with that, we hope people understood that it's not a big monster thing called as Darknet and you should be really worried about it. It's just another place, just another website. For the benefit of people, or rather to confuse them more, can you give the types of Darknet, the names of few other Darknet where people hardly know about it? People know that Tor browser, Onion browser is a Darknet.
So I think there was ZeroNet, there is I2P, there is Tor network. Nowadays, people use Telegram is one of the way, although it's not on Darknet, but Telegram is very effective use. IRC was earlier used as the main communication medium. Now IRC is almost gone. Telegram and Discord are the channels which people use. So Discord is typically a gaming chat system, but it is very actively used by these operators as well.
Okay, and if somebody is really going to Darknet, would you touch upon OPSEC for a quick minute? Make
sure you don't visit. You see, it depends on what your reasons are, right? So I would not go. So thing is that don't download anything which is untrusted. That is true for Darknet as well, and for the
ClearNet as well, right?
Darknet, you have to be more careful because it is known to be operated by more of the bad actors. So just ensure that you don't download, don't click on unsolicited links unnecessarily. So those, I think the security hygiene is same whether you are on ClearNet or Darknet, unless until you know what you are doing. I would suggest if you are going to visit on Darknet, do it on a VM, and a VM can be kind of a disposable VM. Just restart the VM and
the content is gone.
Content is gone, so that anything which you might have by mistake and clicked or downloaded does not stay with you for a long time. I think that is the only obstacle which I
See,
can. Don't do it on from your own base.
remember when we started, and I think you have spent more time being in Darknet as visibly one of the bad person, but doing it good for intelligence. My tenure was smaller, not more than 10 odd year into the Darknet. But remember when we used to go, we have this whole methodology that we will go ahead, create different personas, different activities, maintain the security of your systems and other stuff. So that's something which, if someone want to get into that kind of a career, what should they do
Because there cannot be any career in Darknet. There can be definitely there can be
in the intelligence part of
there
it?
can be career in cyber threat intelligence, and then it's a thing which you have to understand what are the number of things which. So it all depends kind of threats which you look at into. Darknet is one of them.
Not that.
It's just one of them. Not the major,
Not the only one.
not the only one, not the major one, but one of them. So there are obstacle methods. Somebody wants to connect with me personally, I can definitely guide in terms of how to.
So the connect handles are there, so you can get in touch and
So-
ask more in depth, right?
So those kind of things are there. Otherwise, in cyber intelligence, I think there are a number of things which definitely you can do.
And it's a good career for people to get
Absolutely,
into.
absolutely, very good career. You have to make focused efforts. You cannot be an overview guy. You have to be deep dive.
In depth in that. Chalo, with that, we end this first video of the Darknet part of it. Let's jump on to the second part. We'll be talking about the cyber threat intelligence in depth. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.